Good morning, happy Tuesday. Hope everyone's having a great morning and a great trading session so far. Let me know if my frames are dropping because this says that it is and it shouldn't be. Good morning, Diego. How are you this morning? Good morning. Why did I take that out? Good morning, Amelia. How are you this morning? All right. Oh, that's a pretty big overnight range. Well, opening range for London. All right, I revamped my divergence. Hopefully, we see the effects of that. Hopefully. Oh, I forgot. Oh wait, that's not right. Forgot I had to clear my cookies for something yesterday. All right, so 8:45 low impact news is the only news that we have this morning. Let's pull this out. Good luck to everyone in this session. Oh, wait, why did I do that? Wait. No, all right. Oh, stupid. All right, I want. All right, I think I only have one more trade left on this account, maybe two. But how's everyone's morning going so far? Good morning, Amelie. Marie, how are you this morning? Mic really low, or is it just my computer? I have it up to the highest it can go. Well, no, I don't. Let me see if it took off my... I had to put like a filter on Let me see. I know I don't speak as loud as most other people, so it could be that. Tell me if that works. That's the literally the highest it can go. Mic check, mic check. Is that better? I don't know if we... That's better? Okay. So accommodating. Good morning, Jay Jackson. How are you this morning? I'm trying to make sure y'all good. Like I said, I know I don't speak as loud as most people do, so I get it. I get it. All right, we do have news coming in 4 minutes. When that happens, I'm gonna fill my water bottle up. Oh yeah, so today I'm gonna be trying something where I'm going to be paying more attention to the ticks of the swing instead of the volume. The only thing I didn't pay attention to with here is that this was not an expansion move. There was only 39 bars instead of, which is less than 50. And pushing into a new high, I would prefer it for it to be higher. That's the only thing I didn't like about that one in particular. But yeah, I think that I want to pay more attention to that. But we'll see. We will see. Too close to VWAP right there. And here's the pause for news. I'll be right back. Thank you guys. No, they're really demanding at times. Cute boots yesterday, my back. Ooh. Is it because they're too new or because like the insoles are made in a way that your feet don't like? Like I can't wear anything that has like an arch in the insole because I have flat feet naturally. And my feet will be jacked up. You hear me? Jacked up. Oh, wrong thing. Here we go. You know what? Hold on one second, you guys. All right, let's get a number from something. All right, we are clear to trade again. If I end up blowing this account, I'm going to switch to the Tradeify account because this one renews on Thursday. Good morning, Trenches. How are you this morning? I'm gonna leave this trade alone unless we push down here somewhere. I'm not really a fan of taking trades at a clear resistance level plus pushing back into the new high. No thanks. I did change this just a little bit for like times when you see how it's equal bars 9 and 9. Well, remember this is a 2-bar threshold. So sometimes it's actually equal in the number of ticks or points and sometimes it's not. So I put the number of points in each swing as well just to make it easy. So like I can clearly see that yes, it's equal bars, but it's not actually equal in distance. This pull back or this push down is a little bit shorter, 1 tick shorter than this one, and that matters. Way better than yesterday. I'm glad you're feeling better. I have to figure out if my friend's girlfriend blocked me from his phone. He's been sick. And I called him twice yesterday to check on him, and his phone went straight to voicemail. So I'm like, okay, maybe he got his phone on Do Not Disturb or something while he's sleeping. Well, then, just now on my way to the water bottle, to fill up my water jug, I called again just to like make sure. And it just immediately hangs up like automatically by itself. Please don't play with me, lady. So I will probably be spending my day today going off. Just a tad. Just a tad. Whoa. Um, I don't like that. I just lost connection to everything. All right. I don't like that at all. I don't know if it was like an internet spike for me or what. Like literally I lost connection to every connection that I have, including the historical data from NinjaTrader, but I'm wondering if it's because of me losing connection to the historical data that it made me lose connection to everything else. I'm not sure, but I ain't like that. I ain't like that at all. Don't like that at all. Get over 25.8. Oh, you want to go high, high. Is that where we have to get to in order for you to start taking buys? Or what? Are you looking for resistance up there? What's up there? I don't know. I don't got enough history on my charts. I still don't know how I like or dislike these particular pullbacks. I'm just not a fan. Is resistance there? Got you, got you. It's about 16.5 points higher than the resistance level I have there. I don't like how close we are to the VWAP right there. If we were to pull back to like here or something. It's about 4 points now. Oh, it's not what I was looking for anyway. See if we can get a sell-off here. Still can. Nope. No, structure has changed. Good morning, Paul. How are you this morning? Happy New Year. VWAP is 3 points lower. What's my lag look like? Oh, normal. Come on. We hit VWAP. Well, we actually didn't. It started curling up to match it, but we didn't actually like actively hit it. Trying to see if we're gonna push through it or not. I really like how long we've stalled here. Are you gonna take me out at break even? God, it was a long trade. 1 minute and 19 seconds. That's hell to sit through for me. Good morning, New. How are you this morning? Is VWAP the white line? Yeah, so the white line is the middle VWAP level, and then these are the three standard deviations. So I have them painted 3 different color reds for resistance and 3 different color greens for support, so that when I'm looking at my data box, it's easy for me to see the color of it and know which line it is without having to like, okay, we're currently at 25.7. Okay, so that must be this one. That's why I have different colors. So yeah, my data box, I have the OHLC VWAP levels, the current day OHL, the pivot levels, and then the volume. It's also kind of why I use different colors for different things so that it's easy for me to find stuff too. All right, I don't know if I like the same volume pattern working off of the new high or not. Technically, I should have been stopped out by a tick right there. And also with VWAP being here, it's like I just don't know if we push through VWAP or not. So I'll just sit back and watch it happen. Oh, well, are you actually gonna win? Yeah, of course you are. Dirty whore. Maybe with the new highs and lows, I don't know. Because this was literally the same exact trade as this one. But this went 7 ticks out and it's only supposed to go 6. So I would have literally been stopped out to the tick. But it did that after VWAP started curling up to make it look like we touched VWAP and reacted, but we really didn't. At least my eyes didn't see that. I saw that we went down there, and as we were like just kind of hovering here, VWAP started curling up, but we didn't actually hit it. Not you gonna go back to new hamstrings. She got a free workout without going to the gym. Exactly. Exactly. Equal distance 25-25, and definitely equal distance in points too. I don't know why I never used that before. I guess because I was more so focused on volume. But yeah, I definitely want to see if me focusing on ticks instead of volume will help me a little bit. Okay, so I see the most volume tick mismatches with divergence more than it does happen with pullbacks, but it happens the most with divergence. And what I notice is that most of the time it follows the consistency, whether it's wins or losses, with the ticks. So yesterday I went back into Chat GPT, and because I asked it about this like maybe a week or so ago, and it was like, no, you can't get rid of volume because distance only doesn't tell you, absorption and liquidity grabs, or it calls it liquidity vacuum in auction theory. So I'm like, all right, well, then after that one trade yesterday, I'm like, actually it was 2 or 3 trades that I lost yesterday, and had I just been looking at ticks, I wouldn't have taken it. So I'm like, okay. So I asked it again from a different perspective. I gave it different examples, and I even gave it its own reasoning behind like it telling me that structure defines what volume like makes sense. Well, for me with Rinkos, because Rinkos are literally price-based, the most price-based bar you can get, Rinkos don't just compress time, they also compress volume. Because we can sit here like here, this is only a 2 tick bar. So when this bar closed before this big outside bar that, was created from all the volume, when the bar before it closed, price only needed to go down 2 ticks to close the next bar. But it took 1200 volume to do it. So I don't really need to look at the volume of the swings per se. I more so need to look at the ticks for structure, because I base my entry criteria off of structure. Like this is a no interest reversal. We have a lower low to a lower high to a higher low. That's structure. Structure is created by price, not volume, not time. Well, I mean, obviously, because I'm on a Renko chart, it's only created by price. So to me, that means that when I'm looking for my entry criteria, I should more so be paying attention to the tick distance than the volume of the swings. I still use volume because I need to know, like, if I'm looking here, I can see that this reversal bar up was a low bar compared to this huge consolidation bar here, right? So I'm still, and then I'll look at the entry bar. What does that look like compared to both of those? So I still use volume to a certain extent. I'm just not using it the same way I was before. And so it basically was like, oh, well, it does make sense, da, da, da. And I was like, well, are you just agreeing just to agree? I ask questions like that. Are you just agreeing just to agree and you're tired of me asking you questions and da da da? It was like, no, you came in with good reason. And it also said that the reason it told me not to strictly focus on ticks when I asked like a week ago was because it thought that I was completely getting rid of volume altogether, and I wasn't. I feel like I reiterated that, but rooting it in auction theory with Rinkos, it makes sense why distance matters most. And it was saying like most people who want to only look at distance are just saying like they only want to look at results in the market and not effort, which effort comes from volume, result comes from price. So once it realized I wasn't trying to completely get rid of volume out of my entire strategy, it understood why I wanted to do what I'm doing. I'm very curious. There's like, all right, while that's setting up, I want to see something. Oh, that was different. All right. Anyone loading up for evals for the new year? I'm thinking about getting 2 from Apex, maybe 3, and that's it. Because I think that, what do these renew at, like 50% or something? 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know. Part of me wants to just because it is cheaper, but at the same time, I'm not going to be in a rush to pass them anyway. So I feel like it'll be a waste, and I could just wait until I feel like I'm actually ready. But I will say, I'll probably pick up 1, because if I feel like within the, by the end of the week that I'm very comfortable with, my strategy switching more to a tick base and seeing if that helps out or whatever, then I will start trading my PA again next week. And I rather make sure that I have 1 account, 1 eval, just in case, I'm basically just already working on 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna wait 1 more swing. So yeah, we'll see. I really wish there was a way for me to be consistent with trading after a 1 bar pullback, but I don't really see anything that I like personally. This would normally be a trade. Oh wait, No, it wouldn't. Oh, wait, great. Yeah, no, it wouldn't. Too much of a pullback there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Please do not draw another 1 bar pullback. And it's going to. This is annoying because I literally used to have to wait this many swings before, and I feel like it keeps me out of the market too long. I might have to look at my data and see if I'm gonna have to keep doing this. But so far, I think I do. You think you like the 150Ks is teaching you patience? Well, that's good. And it takes longer. Well, depending on how you trade them. Some people, it does not take longer to blow. I have always seen a lot of people say that they like if they don't like the 25 or 50s, most people will go to 150 versus 100K. I definitely have seen that. It's actually great. I really don't like the fact that, oh, this is when I had the disconnect. We reverse here. I'm taking the trade and I'm gonna try to hold through this. Wait, 1, 2, 3. Shit. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, never mind. I'll potentially look for the buy instead. Forgot about this damn 1 bar pullback over here. I just revamped my rules of trading off of levels, and I'm not all the way convinced I have it right, but oh well, the exact just changed. Thanks, I guess. 15 minutes left. Today is about patience, I guess. If this thing paints another. Oh, goodness, thank you. Stalling too long. Equal volume but less distance, but we just stalled here for too long. For my liking. It's gonna be a forced reversal. This market's gonna piss me off. Oh, look at that. As soon as it TP'd. What did it go? About another 5 ticks and then reversed? 447. All right, we saw there too long. Big pile of shit today. Girl. Yeah. I'm not a huge fan either, honestly. So with this structure right now, and I might have screwed myself, I was kind of half asleep doing this analysis sheet early in the wee hours of the last night was the first night in a long time I did not get very much sleep. But anyway, I think I want the exhaustion pattern for like the higher low to higher high to lower low, and then the what is it? The higher low to lower high to lower low. I think right now the only pattern I'm gonna trade is the exhaustion pattern where it's like you go 34 is higher than 24 is higher than 10. That's an exhaustion pattern. It doesn't sound like it. It sounds like, oh, well, the market is getting stronger, like going down, right? First it went 10 down, then it went 24 up, and then it went 34 down. But when it happens in succession like that, it typically is an exhaustion pattern because each swing required more more effort based on the volume patterns down here. See how we react here. This is resistance from this lower high over here. High volume, low distance. Yes, forced participation, which I don't know if I like it. Good morning, Brad. How are you this morning? don't have the most examples off of new highs right now. Well, divergence at new highs and lows. And with me being green right now, after 2 really big red days. And if I didn't get hold, oh shit. If I didn't almost get hold right here, I wouldn't mind taking the sell when it's ready. But because this was off of a new high, I'm just like, I don't know how I want to trade it yet. I will tell you I would have been in this trade had it not been a new high, so let's just see what happens. It looked like it's gonna go straight to TP. And I would have gotten filled. So there hasn't been a lot of examples of us trading at new highs and lows lately. This is what the trade would look like. I'll feel better if it loses, then I'll know, like, watch out for the new highs and lows, especially this particular pattern. 813. No, it's technically setting up for the buy if we close up in this bar in particular, but it's not going to. Now look, there's the win. 17.5 points. And that swing. Excuse me. Legit, if it wasn't for this, I wouldn't have second guessed it. Because remember, I didn't take this one because of this same thing happening. Damn. That sucks. Tell me I got 20 seconds. I'll make sure I write in my journal that because of that one trade, it's a little iffy. But with VWAP being there, I've always said that I think I'm just going to break even at all the VWAP levels. Just because, you know, it's order flow VWAP, so I want to see what this sell does. If it wasn't 930, I would have been in it. Looks like it's going to reject, though. Yep. I'm having a bad day, can't read the right thing. One of those days, I totally understand. Could have kept listening to scammer interviews. Girl, what? Yeah, we definitely all have one of those. Shit, my last 2 days. I mean, granted, I was reintroducing divergence, but I just analyzed the data wrong and everything else. I think I was down 650 yesterday and 4 something the day before. It happens. It definitely happens. Oh, okay. So this is another thing I don't think that I like. And now thinking about it, even if it wasn't 930, I wouldn't have wanted to get into this. Whenever we push a new high or low, even if structurally we create the first counter trend pullback, I don't think I like it. Here is why. It's kind of like with the 1 bar pullback, how for now, because I don't know if I'm gonna keep doing this, how since a 1 bar pullback is not real, the first push out of that 1 bar pullback, to me, because the 1 bar pullback is not a real swing, like, is this truly the volume and tick distance of this swing? Because we have this 1 bar pullback here. So of course, like, most of the time, not in this particular case, most of the time, that first swing out is going to be a higher swing than the swing going into the 1 bar pullback. But also, even just looking at the impulse move compared to, the push up, the distance is always going to be higher. Sometimes the volume is not higher though, like it's a mismatch. But because I compare the now tick distance instead of volume, I compare multiple, like, to know what I'm looking for, because it tells me the strength of the market at the time. That's why right now I'm having to sit out of trades for a couple of swings. It's almost like a rebalancing type of thing. So when it comes to this first pullback after a new high, each time we create a new high, it's a form of resistance, right? Each time we create a new low, it's a form of support. So usually that first push off of that new high, regardless of what the tick distance and the volume is, I don't think it can be trusted, because it's totally different than this. Like, yes, we just created a higher high, but today, in today's market, we've hit this level already before. That's totally different. And that's why, this little pullback, it was able to continue. But this is, hey, new high, form of resistance. It could be a liquidity run. It could be anything. It could be absorption up here because of certain orders, whatever. So I just don't think I could trust the first pullback after a new high. Because there was another trade like maybe last week or the week before. Everything fit perfect. And I felt like literally the only reason that trade did not work out is because it was the first counter trend pullback after a new high. And I journaled it. So I'm trying to pay attention to that now from here on out, just so I can see if it ends up working out long term that way. But we'll see. But that's it for me, you guys. Let me log into my Tradeovate real quick to see what the trades look like. I'll go over them as well. NinjaTrader, unfortunately, usually won't generate my trade performance report. Oh wait, that says 1250. Let's see. For whatever reason, it never works. Oh, it worked today. Look at that, me doubting you, NinjaTrader. Okay, well, I took 3 trades, won 2, lost 1. I know I had to sit out quite a bit because of all these goddamn 1 bar pullbacks. Had a disconnect as well. So like even these nice little pushes up or whatever, the 1 bar pullback screwed me up a little bit. It did. There's also one particular pullback that I'm thinking of taking. It's when we have the deeper pullbacks. I'm not gonna look, let's just say like this one. Let's pretend like the new high wasn't there. It's gonna lose some, but it sets up quite a bit in wins too. So I might have to just track that particular outcome over the next couple, maybe like week or so, to see, all right, in a week's time, how many times does it win? How many times does it loses? Because a bigger pullback is not necessarily a huge issue, especially when you have a big impulse move. Like the bigger your impulse move, the higher your chance of a deeper pullback distance wise. And it does not always mean that the market is not going to continue. So I have to see how I like that. But let's go back to see you, Diego. See you, Applejacks. Hopefully tomorrow is less shit, girl. All right, so here's the first trade. This was a pullback, a deeper pullback. The distance was high, but the volume was low, which shows absorption there. Like I said earlier, the only thing I don't like about this trade, and I have to look at my analysis sheet. I think when we're pushing new highs and we're creating that pullback, I think I'm going to always want for the distance to be a higher impulse move than the previous impulse move, just to show that, like, yeah, we're pushing new highs. When we reverse, it's a certain level of resistance. However, because the impulse move was such a strong impulse move, it's okay to take the trade, because I want the volume to, anytime I'm pushing back towards a new session high or low, I want the volume of the entry bar to be higher than any bar in the pullback, which this happened, but the impulse move wasn't right. And I think that's the only thing I don't really like about that particular trade. Continuing on. What did the time say on the other ones? 8:58. All right, so this was the next trade. This counter trend divergence, the really high volume bar here pushing into the new highs showed, especially with it being such a strong impulse move, that shows exhaustion. So I took the sell. I would have actually gotten stopped out by a tick for it to go to the TP. However, like I said before, I think I need to just break even at all of the VWAP levels, because of it being an order flow VWAP level. Because literally as I was in the trade, that is when the VWAP curled up, and I had a chance to get back out at break even though the VWAP curled up into where price had already hit down here before the bar closed. I did have time to break even, so I think I'll be okay. Now, looking inside of this bar, see, if I would have done the same thing, I would have had to break even. It would have stopped me out at the break even just to push down. So I don't know how I want to treat that at the new highs or whatever. So, but that trade right there is why I stayed out of this one. This one right here wasn't a valid trade, but so I stayed out of that one. And then got into this trend divergence here with the exhaustion pattern of the constant increase in tick distance with this particular structure. And it was a push off of this lower high up here. So I wasn't really expecting us to go a huge distance, because this is technically resistance, but we went the distance I wanted, and that's all that matters. We went 8 points after the close of the bar and I only needed 7. But the trade I almost lost is why I didn't get into this sale right here. Now VWAP is nowhere to be found. And you can see again, we're pushing new highs. We have a huge exhaustion bar here, a low reversal bar, and we push down, what is this? About almost 11 points from the close of the bar. So, yeah, not too bad today. I'm glad to be green after 2 days of terrible, terrible red, especially because it was divergence that held me. And I took some divergence trades today and I feel pretty good about it. I do think that I might have to go back to look at this particular structure and then the other alternate divergence structure to see if I always need for it to be this particular exhaustion pattern of the constant increase in tick distance. Because I don't know if I necessarily have to, but we'll see. We'll see. So looking at the account, I have $495 left in drawdown. Like I said, the account renews on Thursday. So my plan tomorrow is just to trade it. I'll probably just continue risking one contract per trade, but then probably after the first couple of trades, I'll just like risk maybe half of the account or something. I don't know. Maybe if all the contracts. I don't really know. I just want to get this account out of here tomorrow and restart and go from there. But I thank you guys for tuning into the stream. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Please like the video on your way out if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already. But other than that, I will see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye, guys.